go over what I prepared. I know we went over an hour. Give me about 5-10 minutes more. I'll try to streamline. And again, you can go to Google Drive and you'll be able to see this link. So C asked me last week's meeting too, and this comes up, seems like not many agents are aware that the VA loans powerful functionality and the way that we can penetrate all these possible options. Stupid enough, realtors don't like VA loans because we don't have a control over appraisal. However, we can quote rate under 6% officially. I personally quoted a rate, maybe if I can share one of my win that I can remember. This came in as a conventional loan. I quoted 7.25. $1 million loan became a VA loan because husband didn't want to share that he was a VA because his agent told him VA loans are not functional. I did it 1.147 maximum high balance loan rate at where's the rate? 5.75, 30 years, with my rebate at 2%. It was the easiest $24,600 that I made under 2 weeks. Okay? Don't be shy. Educate your agent, educate your buyer. This is functional, and ideally, it is available. Not that many companies are doing VAs and USDAs right now. I don't know why, but I'm grateful to hear that we are one of the very few in Fullerton and Buena Park doing VA loans. So go get them. Anyway, sorry for the sidetrack. The reason for emphasizing on the VA loan was on the buyer representation and broker compensation agreement that the buyer has to show to the buyer agent, saying how much down payment I'm gonna have, how many bank account I have, or how much closing costs I'm going to pay toward this purchase transaction, directly relates to buyer compensation agreement. Therefore, on Section G, it specifies, hey, there is a loan program. Buyer, did you know that there is a program that does not allow buyer to pay compensation to broker, or for this form, /to agent as well. But starting on August, like I shared in the group chat, or I think I mentioned before, that there is an update on the VA that we can now charge fees. These real estate documents were updated on July. This is a 4th revision since January. So the realtor may not know, or the broker shops may not know this new update starting on August. So let's tell them VA loans are available, and the buyers can now pay for buyer agent commission fee when they apply VA loans. Unfortunately, we can't, but they can. Okay. And this PDF, you'll be able to see the specific guidelines and the rundowns of what we went through at the seminar. Second, so DSCR loan is now popular again as soon as the rate drop. So 30-year forward mortgage, fixed rate mortgages combined with index rate plus margin rate. Now this index rate for 30-year mortgage or any fixed rate mortgages categorized as QM or qualified mortgage uses a 10-year treasury bond, or they call it SOFR. There are 2 index points, but for easier for us to understand, let's just consider this index as a 10-year treasury bond. Plus margin rate will be one of these banks or investors or Giving Trees. Determine the final rate. DSCR or non-QMs use a prime rate as an index plus margin. So as the prime went down 0.5%, DSCR rate that we quoted in 9s and 10s became all under 8s and 9s. Surprisingly, if we increase the prepayment penalty up to 5 years, we can offer 6.2 to 6.5% DSCR loans. So before pandemic, we were selling in 5s and 6s. So fairly, as a comparison perspective, we can sell what we were sold in 2018 and 19 because the bond has been shifted. So I'm going to cover what determines the debt service coverage ratio is, and how we calculate it. For easier said, it's rental income over PITIA, principal, interest, tax, insurance, and HOA, or possibility of all these X factors that adds into. So we also call this a housing payment. When a housing payment is lesser than rental, then we can approve the loan, conditionally approve the loan. No income is required. There's no REO scheduled, meaning, do you have 10 homes? Great. We're not gonna micromanage. We're not gonna nitpick because it's a, non-QM, a rental income oriented loan product. We can close in the LLC or the trust. We cannot close in S Corp or C Corp because of the liabilities, because of the update. We can still originate when the ratio is under 1%. There's no limit on the property owned or financed. LTV can go up to 80% for purchases, 75% for the refi and cash outs. Cash out up to 500,000. Non-warrantable condos and condo tails are allowed. Condo tails mean residential plus the commercial. But the residential side occupancy is greater than 51%. We can consider them as a condo tails. And we can offer interest-only payment just to overcome this debt service coverage ratio. So I brought a loan sifter screenshot showing a cash out transaction at 75% loan to value, cash out amount at $250,000. It's a 2-unit investment property. Comes out with Carrington at 8.49% with a 1.135% rebate. So even at the prime rate at 8.5, we can still earn 1. Okay? And we covered about the mobile home, the Chatel loan that we talked about. So as soon as I got the approval, I did a mass cold call to all these listing agents who has, the mobile home. You can just micromanage on Zillow and Redfin, and you can find thousands of people. So I scrub them out, send them a text message saying, hey, we Giving Tree now service the mobile home or Chatel loan that doesn't require a real estate transaction. And this guy calls me and says, hey, I have a buyer. I don't know where to send. And everybody that I talk to tells me that they have to do 40% down. So I offer them 10% down and 20% down option. Surprisingly, he has some extra funds. So this is the property that I received from the listing agent that I quoted 8.5% rate. And the rate is available in the Google Drive. But if you don't have it, you can go back to last week's and then go through the options. Or you can call one of our team members. We'll give you the rate, depending on the situation. So the parking fee was $1,450. So monthly payment was about $3,368. So he was contemplating, should I buy this or should I buy a condominium? Condominium at payment under $3,300 will be 1 bedroom, 1 bath, like $650,000 ish, right? With an HOA fee of $300 to $500. So a mobile home size at 1,620 square feet, it was really easy to sell. And lastly, we do commercial loan. We are open to a US Metro Bank starting yesterday. So we can now do church loans, hotel, motel, gas station. I forgot the gas station. And guideline will be when 2021 tax returns are negative because of COVID, but 23 and 2024 year to date is positive, then we can approve the loan. So letter of explanation requires a business proposal saying, hey, Peter, if I give you $1 million line of credit, we're going to use, how we're going to use, and how can you repay us. If you can question all these things and be answered, these are the rates. All these commercial loans based on the prime rate. So until the prime rate drops, it's going to be fixed. 7A, the reasons why I say starting rate is because depending on the loan to value, FICO scores, everything can be changeable. Okay. So one thing that the bank emphasizes is the line of credit. All these business owners who has great tax returns and findings and cash flow, has no idea where to go, what to do, can start from line of credit and allow them to use the bank money to pay the employees for business expenses, and they're gonna pay X amount to IRS anyway. So why didn't they redirect the amount of that money that they pay to IRS towards their interest payment? So as we approach all these business owners with P&L loans and bank statement loans, we don't have to change our verbiage. Just add one more line. If you don't buy a home, do you want a line of credit? They don't have to buy commercial buildings, but do you want to expand your business? Do you want to have some, easy fourth quarter? Do you want to enjoy your, Christmas and New Year's? All these factors come in because commercial loans, unlike the residentials, take about 1.5 to 2 months, possibly, maybe longer if the building size is larger, or if we talk about the gas station, that we have to talk about the soil report. We have to check about the condition of the land. We have to condition about the building at the same time. However, will it be easier to sell residential than commercial? Yes. Will it be easier to sell only one product over many? Yes. However, I want to emphasize and empower you that we as a company operate residential, commercial, and business loan, possibly at hard money loan, all at the same time. So I don't want you to create a glass ceiling yourself. I don't want to captivate because of all these, things that's happening around us. We may not have an agent, an audience, or clients who can pay this monthly payment. We have to offer like random $7,000 to $8,000 monthly payment. And I get it. There are not that many people who can afford this payment. But let's not, that factor discourage us. I want us to change our, lens time to time, and, if possible, multiple times throughout the days, so that we can help as many people. Any questions about all things that I talked about today?
Yeah, I do. Peter, for DSCR, do they always take 100% of the rental value, or under what circumstances do they take 75% of the gross rents?
So they do 75 of gross rent only if we do full doc.
Okay.
So we have to redefine the QM and non-QM.
Okay.
So non-QM has a full doc option too.
Gotcha.
People talk about, do we have tax returns? It's a QM. Do we not use tax returns and non-QM? That's incorrect. It's on the conventional loan guideline, there is a QM and non-QM. And there's a full doc and alternative doc. So maybe that's a great question, because I may have to emphasize on the definition of the gross rent versus the Form 1007 and 216. So when the property is vacant, we can use this form, which talks about the rental survey. Properties adjacent to the subject property and the rental amount that they collect. But if the gross rent, actual rent that is deposited on the bank statement is higher than the gross rent, which can be possible because of the shorter term, because of possibly possibly a fully furnished and the full utilization. Owners cover electric, water, and possible the trash. So if we have 2 or more consecutive deposit history, then we can use that income over the market rent. So yes. Any other questions?
Yeah, I did have one more. Sorry, guys. Under your mobile home, I saw that you had a figure there for property taxes. Why is that the case?
Just to tell them, so this one is very unique one, is because I was thinking of converting this property into a manufactured home.
Oh, okay.
They're trying to buy the building and the land. They were talking about it. So I gave them, hey, what's your payment for next 12 months? This is the payment for the 12 months.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. That's another great question. Great catch. I'll edit this after this meeting so that we can minimize the miscommunication. Anything else? If not, have a great rest of the week. I know most of you guys have a one-on-one meeting with me later this week, but please sign up. I may take maybe 3 more, maybe 2 more. So yeah, let's win. Have a great day, guys.
See you guys. Thank you.
Bye.